Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Nocturnal Feeding with James, the Fish Room Fever, and me, Chattanooga Ed. And tonight, I've got a project I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start doing a lot more of these projects because I really enjoy them. And hopefully, you guys will get something out of it. And if you don't, then maybe we'll change it back to a different style. But we'll be doing this for now. And I wanted to show you what I got today. I was super stoked. I've been under the weather, so I haven't been able to get out too much. I went out yesterday, but it was all for my folks. So today I went to Michael's and bought the 8-pound Sculpey
Nice.
box. So now I know that the degenerate fish keeper, who's an awesome guy, he watched my Abolus video, or watched us make it on live, and he was doing a cave tank. And I've always wanted to do a cave tank myself. So I think the next couple weeks I'll be doing a blind tetra cave tank. It's going to be for a 40 breeder. I'm going to keep it in the fish room. I think I've got lots of tanks with lots of plants. And baby cat's coming up to visit. The toughest thing when you have a lot of fish tanks is to really have the super pretty tank. Come on, baby cat, put your tongue down. Is to keep it looking really pretty. So if somebody comes over, they're going to say, "Ooh, your fish are really cool." But I'd like them to also say that about my tanks. Well, the cave tank is going to be a sculpted tank that takes no plants. So I think it's always going to look cool. And I've got lighting. I'm going to always keep it lit like in blues and purples. So it's going to be kind of dark, which will be kind of cool too. Man, I hope Baby Cat doesn't want to hang out here the whole time. But James, do you want to say hi to everybody while I try to set up the camera so people can see it for the best?
Absolutely, I sure can. So first off, we've already got one super chat that's disappeared on me. I think it was from Pepley Creek for $3, but if one of the mods can tell me if maybe you remember, you can still pull it up on yours. Furthest one up I can get is the Rico Stamp $5 super chat. Says Namor is just an angrier Aquaman.
Who said that?
Rico Stan. Who else?
He's crazy.
He is.
If it wasn't for Namor, thered be no Aquaman. It's a fact. Look at this. This is so awesome.
That is.
There's 8 1-pound blocks in here.
All right. Man. So from the participants list of those that are active in the chat, hello, and welcome. By the way, can we give it a huge round of applause for the 58 people hanging out right now? Thank you all for being here. Hello to 3G503 Aquatics. Audra Mayer, I hope I got that right. BJ Palmer, Killers Aquatics, of course, Shy Gal, Miss Fear, Chattanooga Ed in here. Danikin Aquatics, Danny Weish, Finn Wiggles, Fish Mania, Chattanooga. Wow, I'm off tonight. Normally I can roll right through them. Freaky Fish Lady, Geek Boy, Ginny Lynn, Labels, Distractions, Liquid Zoo Only Fins, MSC Aquatics, Mary Beth McCubbins, Michael Long, Michelle McKenzie, Mike's Aquatics and Things, Merrick Tomchick, Mississippi Hippie, Mr. Zen, Only Oscars, Patty's Petite Tanks, Positive RB Animals Rescue, Ricky De Hoyos, Rico Stan, SC Catahoula, Stephen P 2003, The Zen Ginger, TJ Autocross, and Whips World. Of course, everybody else that's here that's not showing on the active list. Thank you all for being here and hanging out.
For sure. Thank you guys.
Set up so there, buddy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pull out 3 pounds.
All right.
So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to start off with tonight. I don't like this plastic wrap. They literally just put it in a sheet of plastic and wrap these. So later tonight, I'll put these in a Ziploc bag so they don't dry out. But this is going to be the main cornerstone of this tank. 40 breeders are 17 inches tall. So stalactites and stalagmites. Stalagmites might reach the top. Stalactites hold tight to the top. But then you have some that do reach the top, and then they're like a pillar, I think that's what they call them. Well, it's like a stalagmite that actually touches. So I've got one of these Zist filters. Mm-hmm. I bought 3 of these when they first came out. And this was in the tank that used to have the salt water in it, or used to have my Tetras that I turned into my. It's a stupid thing. It's whipping me in the face.
So, like, quick question while you're fixing that.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat asking, how does this stuff dry, bake, or air dry? And that was Stephen P. 2003.
This is bake. Air dry wouldn't work because if you put it in your tank, it would just soak up. But I have a project in the future for air dry. So there is some air dry coming. But this is the bake. But so this is going to be behind the column. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try to make a column that's going to kind of like look kind of like a hourglass, just not with the balls at the top and the bottom. So it's going to come up, and then this is going to hide behind. So that's the goal for tonight. And this thing is 3 inches by 10 inches. So the bottle of Prime is slightly bigger. So I'm going to use the Prime as my base to set it down to build it around, because it will shrink some when I put it in.
Absolutely. So again, it was Peplin Creek Aquatics. Thank you, Zen, for double checking that with the $3 super sticker. Very much appreciated, Peplin. You all right,
Sorry.
buddy?
Yeah, I don't know where I put my mouse, so I can't mute myself when I sneeze.
Oh, gotcha. So you have Peplin with the $3 super sticker, and then 503 Aquatics with the $3 super sticker with the fist bump pair.
Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate that a lot.
So, Ed, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I was going to ask you about this off the air, but on the record, I feel like you should dump the Nocturnal Feeding Show stream name.
Yeah, I've been trying to come up with something, and I honestly haven't thought a lot about it. I need to put a lot of energy into it. And I think I mentioned it maybe in the stream last week, or maybe it was Rico's. But I don't want it to be just crafting.
Absolutely. That was part 2 of my putting you on the spot. Was I'd like to hear some suggestions from the people in the chat. We got 75 people in here. What's a name that you would see on a live stream? Think aquarium related, but think crafting. What's something that you would see and go, that looks like fun, I want to click on that? Got Aquatic Aesthetics with $10 super chat saying dues paid.
He's crazy.
Gotta love Rob.
I really appreciate it, Rob. Rob is just, you can't ask for a better fish store guy.
And then our pal, Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics with $5 super sticker with that boss sticker right there. I don't have the muscles like I used to. I need to start hauling refrigerators again. Get back in shape.
Oh, man. Tell me about it. I wish I could do that.
Call it Ed does whatever.
The Ed thing, the Ed project. The problem is we need to make it something that you guys know me.
Yeah.
But I also want to make it so people that have no clue who I am is going to want to come and see what's going on. So now I'm making the base right now, and I want it to be, I don't want anything smooth. Because if you look at a stalactite or stalagmite, the minerals are all bumpy all over them. There's nothing like it doesn't look like it's made by hand whatsoever. So I want this to look minerally or kind of, I don't know, bulgy or something. I don't know.
Absolutely. So maybe not for a stream name, but I've just come up with an idea for your company here, Ed. Paul Stero said Ed's Box of Props. You could call it Waterbox Prop Productions.
Waterbox? Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, I wouldn't do it for a stream name, but I think that's where you're moving on to now with the company, because you've already got, 37 orders backed up of people that want these things?
Well, you know what? I just made an executive decision as I'm making this. There's different ways to make pots in ceramics. And one way is you make lots of bands and you stack them to make your pot. I mean, you can put it on a wheel and go. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to make a number of coils. That's what they're called, a coil pot. And I'm going to build this with coils. And I'm going to start it big, come up like an hourglass, and come up. Now, it's going to use a little more clay than it might be worth. but we're going to just do it anyway. Rob gave me $10 and Bob gave me $5. So 8 pounds is $60. So you guys almost paid it off for me. And then the other super chats is awesome too. Thank you guys, everybody. Okay. But yeah, if you guys can come up with any idea for a good name, I am all ears.
I didn't realize I had muted. Well, I realized it. I forgot I had muted my mic. I was like, why is Ed just talking over me? Ed never does that. But yeah, you had 503 Aquatics, Peplin Creek, and Rico along with the others giving the super chats and stickers. And then Aquariums maintained by Andy with the $2 super chat says, nice cut, high speed, low drag. Thank you, Andy. All right, now I just took myself off camera after you said that. But I wanted to get Ed full screen for his crafting project. I am simply in the background conversing with the chat and commenting.
Now, one thing is you want to score, like when you're doing clay, working with clay, you just don't drop it on top, you score it. So you like put, well, like if you're painting and you're painting on a canvas, they call that canvas tooth. It's the bump that makes the paint stick to the canvas. Well, it's the same way with the clay. So I'm just going to do a couple of little slashes, and it's crazy how just putting a couple slashes like that and then putting them on the other side is going to make it stick even better once we fire it up and everything. So what I'm going to do, this is definitely going to work.
So I would like to point out, I may not read all of the name suggestions, but Ed very much likes to go back through and watch afterwards and look at all the chat on his stream. Yeah. So Ed will be going back through at some point and looking at all the awesome ideas you all have. So if I don't grab every single one of them and point them out, mostly that's because I don't want to interrupt Ed's instructions on what he's doing there.
But it is going to get considerably thinner as I go up because I don't want to waste a lot of money, you know? So the base is going to be the thick part. And then I want to make sure that it'll sit up like an arch when I put it together. But boy, I think this is going to really work out well. I just executive decision last minute. I like that.
All right.
But I'm not even going to fire it until next week because there's something I want to add to this clay once I get it completely built. So we're going to be doing more to it. I don't know if we'll even be able to get this whole column done by the end of this stream. And then I'm going to be hanging out with Rico, but we'll see if I carry this over. Nico is just like watching me. I wish I could videotape him for you guys because it's hilarious.
Baby Cat Chronicles. That was Bob Kaler's suggestion. I love it.
She's been kind of a jerk face lately.
Not a jerk face.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's lovable, but she can be a jerk. Gnat. Got it. Do you guys ever have gnats in your fish rooms?
I have fruit flies from time to time. That was an experiment. I did a thing. Let me just say, if you ever try and do anything with fruit flies, make sure that you're actually getting the flightless ones. Just make sure of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they make them without wings. Where'd you get that? Do you buy that or
you can so I would say make sure you order them from a good source because somebody could very easily sell quote unquote wingless fruit or flightless fruit flies and ship you regular ones. And that's as far into that as I'll go. I do want to say, Tim Kendrick, thank you for sending me that photo, my guy, on Instagram. I did just accept your message request there. I'm horrible with Instagram messaging, so I'll let you all know. I've had stuff sit in Instagram messaging for months because I'm not used to the whole primary, secondary, accept thing. So I've like accepted stuff and then it goes to the wrong folder, I guess, primary versus general or something. So if you've ever messaged me on there and didn't get a response for a long time, my apologies, but I'm not great with the gram messaging.
Well, this clay has really gone up in price just of late. 1 pound is, if you buy it in like an individual pound, is $17 a pound. So that's why I was super happy and stoked to get 8 pounds for $60.
So Ricky asking about a good source for the flightless fruit flies. Hold on a second. Petco. No, Petco does $1 per gallon, so it'd be PetSmart. I have seen them in there before.
Wow.
Back where they keep the live crickets, that I'm sure is probably varying, region to region, location to location. What's up, Scuba Steve-O's? Good to see you. Nice meeting you at Aqua Shella, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would check there. Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics turned $20 down, says more clay pay. Bob, very much appreciated, my man.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it, man. I'm taking my dad to the aquarium tomorrow morning. I'm looking forward to that too.
Liquid Zoo says Mr. Zen has something fruity in his life. It's great to see Mr. Zen back. I've got to say that. I try not to linger on any one person, but Mr. Zen's been kind of away from the limelight, if you will, for a while. So it is really awesome to see you around again, buddy. Really, really is.
It is. My water's too far away. Oh, is drink water here? Because I'm doing it.
As Aquatic Forge.
I've thought about. I've made other things, but that aren't very fish-like. Well, you've seen my Halloween costumes and stuff. Last year, I did. Lefty did his show the day of my sister's Halloween party, and I painted my face for this hour-and-a-half stream, and I was just letting people guess what I was going to be. That was a lot of fun. So, but I've thought about making other things, like maybe Marvel things. I don't know, like their weaponry and stuff, or just different things.
Absolutely.
That was the first fish video I ever watched. Was a guy that had made a Iron Man helmet to put in his fish tank, and I was trying to make a helmet from Lord of the Rings to put in my fish tank. And then I also thought about maybe Darth Vader's helmet, and then putting a red light, burning it up, or making it look all burned up and beat up, scorched, like after Return of the Jedi. And put a red light in it for the, like the dark side. I thought that would be kind of cool. Well, this is actually coming quite a long here. Now, let's see. This is 4 inches tall already. I think I'm going to put another one in the base just to give it a little more, strength down there. So I wanted to mention a lot of people keep asking me about the Fantasy Football League. I've got a lot of people interested now. I think I'm almost up to 20 people.
Nice.
And, well, yes and no. It kind of stinks to have 20 people in one league because there's only 32 teams, and that's like very few backups. So I was almost thinking about maybe making 2 leagues and see how people would feel about that. And I don't think anybody would mind if they weren't in a league with everybody else. But I don't want to exclude anybody from last year that, played. And I want to get the new people in too. So that's why I'm thinking about doing a whole second league. And in that in mind, Danikin, he and I were going to do a vote to see who wanted to have playoffs and who just wanted to have overall record. I'm a huge overall record guy because I want every week to count, and I don't think some team should just get lucky at the end. I think it should be a whole season.
So okay. Real quick, I just wanted to say, Big City Bettis, hello. Said wanted to pop in and say hello. Stopped for gas. Took 2 days to load, but the U-Haul is packed, and I'm on hour 5 of 20-hour drive. Love you guys. Amber, be safe. Drive safe. Appreciate you swinging by. Make sure you get some rest somewhere in there.
I hope the cats are doing well. I know my cats sure weren't a lot of fun when it came to time to travel. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of make it a bubble in and then kind of thinner, and then we're gonna bubble out at the top.
Very, very nice. So Freaky Fish Lady saying, I'm so excited to know that the polymer clay is safe for our tanks. I have been into polymer clay for years and was told no poisonous. The possibilities are endless, Ed.
Oh, well, I haven't truly used it yet. I've made a couple of things. I'm going to do the one, but everything I've seen is it's totally fine. The problem is what you're painting it with, and that's bad. So like what I did was, oh boy, what was I forgot the name of the paint I bought. It's a tile paint, but it's like a concrete paint. And that's the key, is making sure that what you're painting it with is okay to put in. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like not a problem. I've seen a lot of videos where people have made it and had no problems. So, but why don't you, before you do it, wait and watch me do it, because my tank system is just about to go for that Cthulhu tower, and we'll see what happens, because it'll be an experiment. But I've only heard good things. I haven't heard anybody ever say bad things about it. So, and I don't know why I'm looking at
Ed bakes it, you buy it. I like that. Sorry, I know there are a lot that I'm not saying. I'm just kind of catching here and there when Ed's at a pause.
Yeah, it's cool. It should probably be something fishy or aquatic or something. A lot of people, I get all the time, people tell me I need to change my name, saying if I want to get bigger as a YouTuber, I've got to have a fish name like Aquatics, Aquatic Ed or Guppy Ed. Yeah. And it's not going to happen, guys. It's just not going to happen. I like being Chattanooga Ed. I like the town. I like the people I've met in Chattanooga with my name, and people remember it. I mean, there's no other Chattanooga Eds out there, so
absolutely.
I mean, there are products out there, but
I like Chattanooga Ed for your name, if you will. But the Nocturnal Feeding Show, it's about 2 years now running. That started over on the Fish Room Fever channel, and then we transitioned the name over to your channel to try and bring some more eyes there, if you will, because people were familiar with the name, familiar with the brand. But as people evolve, I guess is the best way to put it, and you're going into the crafting thing, I think it would be nice for a refresher. I know I just did the same thing on my channel with dropping the Aquaholics Anonymous, but we ran 50 episodes on that name, which is crazy to think that we started that just under a year ago, with that branding, because it seems like we just changed to that name for Thursday nights.
It does. It's crazy.
But, it's nice to freshen things up from time to time. I think everybody in the crowd can agree. They don't want to sit and watch the same thing every week, especially when there are, 100 people plus that are putting out videos. So,
yeah, you know what? Tomorrow I'll do a straight up test to this clay, because I've got my Stonehenge. I don't have all the pieces done because the clay I bought was old, and I didn't get to make it all. But I'm just going to stick it in with some inlers and see what happens. And who was it that says they heard that it was poisonous?
I think I read that from Freaky Fish Lady. I remember correctly.
Well, Freaky Fish Lady, let me test it.
No, we're just renaming the show S. Though he was talking about people have suggested he change his actual channel name.
Yeah, and I'm not going to change my name.
Chattanooga Ed was Rico's name in college. I love it, Jimmy P.
Now this is going to get tricky. I wonder if I'm going to actually have to make this thing 17 inches high. Okay, part of the thing about cooking this stuff is you don't want it too thick because you want the whole thing to cook evenly. And if you have really thick areas, it won't cook in the inside. So you have to cook it longer, and you don't want to overcook it. So that's my dilemma, is maybe this is 10 inches, so 7 inches over that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go to this high, and then we'll make a second piece, a column piece that comes down on it, and we'll glue into it. So it'll, for the upper part.
I've got to say, because Liquid Zoo is practically screaming at me. If I could hear him, he'd be in my ear screaming. He's gotten to the point now he's throwing money because I haven't said it yet. But Liquid Zoo with the $2 super chat says Craft Ed Aquatics. Capitalized ED on crafted.
Oh.
I do like that. I really, really do like that. Patty's asking if we can request custom pieces.
Once I start making a lot more stuff, I want to do my fish room first.
Right, absolutely.
But maybe we'll start doing stuff and start giving them away or doing something. Or maybe we'll try to sell it for enough to make the next one or something. I don't know. But first, let's make sure that we'll make sure it's safe. But, man, everything I've seen, it's been safe. So, Freaky Fish Lady is the first time I've ever heard that it wasn't safe. So what I'm doing is I'm making it a little thicker on the inside just to give it a little more stability. But I don't want to make it too thick, like I say, because I want it to cook. But I want it to stand. So, and I don't care what the insides look like as long as they hold. But yeah, who was that said that, Patty?
You that said the name suggestion,
or said they would like to request stuff.
Oh yeah, that was Patty. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Yes, that was Patty's Petite Tanks.
Thanks, Patty. It's really nice of you. Okay, so now with a stalactite, with these pillars, is they have a lot of times they have this big round part at the bottom where the minerals have just kind of spread out, and then I'm going to try to taper this in real thin. So this is where I'm going to use the bottle, and I'm going to bring it in real close to this bottle. And I don't know how I'm going to do this so you guys can watch and me. I guess I could just look at it up there. But I am going to add something else that's fish tank proof. It's really tough because a lot of stuff you can buy to make things look good in your fish tank aren't fish tank safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really go hard looking for stuff to put in here. And there's something at one of my local fish stores. Normally, I'm always pushing Aquatic Aesthetics. My favorite store in the whole wide world. Rob and Tammy, you can't meet a cooler group of people. And Andrew, their worker. And, they also have a new girl that's, I guess she's not new now. She's been there for a couple of months. But there's also a place called Fish Mania with Ethan. And you can meet Ethan on Bob Kaler's channel on Sunday nights.
All right.
He's joined the panel, the Bob's channel panel. You'll see Rob, who's my super cool fish store guy. Oh, I didn't score it.
Shame on you. The Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics channel panel coming to you every Sunday night.
Oh, is that what it's called? Because that's actually super cool sounding.
It's not, but I try. I try to make things super cool sounding. Mr. Fisher, good question. Says, isn't Wonder Shell made with plaster of Paris in it?
Wonder Shell. Oh, well, plaster is okay as long as it doesn't, dissolve. And it probably is because, I mean, Wonder Shell is supposed to dissolve in your tank to get that calcium out there, so it probably is. But the problem is well, yeah, I think plaster would end up getting soft after a while. I wouldn't trust plaster. If you can't fire it, see, I wish I had a kiln. And maybe someday I'll have a kiln in the backyard, and wait till you see what I can make with a kiln, guys.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah. We'll do all sorts. We'll do James a Pleco City or something.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I kind of like how that's a little bit bigger. Oh, I didn't score it again. You guys, you got to let me know when I'm not scoring this. What did the people, did anybody respond to the football idea?
Not that I specifically saw.
Gotta turn it around. Sorry, folks. You gotta just look at the back of the Prime bottle. But maybe we don't have anybody that's in the league right now that's watching.
Possibly, or I just missed it.
Yeah. But I know that we've got about 6 to 8 new people, and we had I think 12 from last year. So, pretty cool. Does Mr. Zen want to do that with us?
Hey, maybe.
Mr. Zen, you could pick all your Houston players this year. I don't think anybody will take any of them. That was mean.
I need to work on my football commentary voice. That way I could do that while you're crafting.
Yeah.
Tony's up the side. Oh, look, he forgot the scoring on that one. He's got to turn back and score it. Oh, that's going to cost him big time.
I can't wait till I get to start to just give it the look. But so this is pretty much 3 pounds just for the base. So the top part, I want to make it a lot lighter. But what I'm going to do to hang the stalactites and stalagmites, well, there's just the stalactites. I'm going to build a little wood frame around the top of my tank. And then I'm going to put a couple of 1x1s across it. And I'm going to hang them off the 1x1s here and there. So I think that'll work pretty well. I think I'm going to go with 6 cave tetras. Maybe I'll buy 8 in case a couple die. I'm going to get them from Rob. I don't know if he's ever had them before, but I'll just have him special order me of them. And then I think I'm going to go with albino cories.
Oh, sorry. We've got a call to action here in the chat. We've got a lot of people screaming like attack. Smash that thumbs up. Somebody put out. We got 80 people here and 50 some odd thumbs ups. Appreciate all 80 plus of you hanging out and the people that have found the like button. Thank you so much.
So
also, try subscribing. I think only 43% of people that watch this video will be subscribed. So let's prove YouTube wrong on that.
You know, and that's like my weakest area in YouTube is asking people to subscribe. And it's not that I'm embarrassed to do it. It's just I don't ever think about it. You know, so, but there's a lot of awesome people out there watching that deserve to be subscribed to. So go check them out. There's Jimmy P. Oh, he even said something about I'm in a league and I was hoping to be in the same league as Ed, Kenny, and Rico. Okay, well, I was figuring if we didn't get enough people to be, I would be in both just because I'd be the commissioner of both leagues. But I figured Kenny E would probably be happy to be in more than one league. And I could see if Rico would want to be in more than one just to make sure he's in both leagues for people that want to be in it. And we can, Jimmy, if you're going to be in Kenny or Rico's stream next after this stream, remind me to ask Rico because he is a pretty cool guy and he'd probably do it. We probably won't stream both. We'll probably, I'll stream one stream because I don't know if people would want to watch two streams of football. Well, I'm pulling out another pound.
Oh, another pound out. This has turned into a $27 project.
Yep. Well, it's going to be more than that. Unfortunately, they only had one box. So I'm going to try to see when I go out. I've got to go to the aquarium tomorrow. I'm going to see if there's another Michael somewhere off Gun Barrel. Gun Barrel is a road here in Chattanooga. Chattanooga, a lot of you guys may not know, we had a lot of Civil War battles here. And there is an awesome Civil War tour. It's kind of funny because some of the best land in Chattanooga is all federal land because there were battlefields on all the best land in Chattanooga. So it's like the best flat areas are covered with, just beautiful grass and roadways. And then they have every unit that was in or every state that had their men every state built a memorial thing for the men that died from their state. So there's a Iowa one. There's I don't know if there's maybe not a Florida one, but I'm sure there's there's all the southern states, all the northern states that were there at the time. So it's pretty cool.
We do have some people saying they would do two leagues if you need them to.
Oh, awesome.
BJ Palmer says, the more I think about it, the more I love the Nocturnal Feeding Show. Feeding your late night hobby hunger.
Yeah, that is good. I'm
partial to it because I came up with it, but I still understand everything has its sunset,
Well, I don't know. If
maybe we pass that on to Rico Stan. See, now we're changing your channel name or your show name, Rico Stan.
Yeah,
he's like, you leave that alone.
Well, I like Rico's name.
I know, I'm just picking on him. I'm just picking on
Rico and the man, because that kind of applies that I'm a man.
You are the man, Ed.
Well, that makes me feel good.
Hey, 100 people came to my live stream, 101 actually, but 100 of them were there for you.
Oh, well, I'll take that. Wait, was your mother the one?
It was. No, it was your mother. That looked on Ed's face. I love your mom. Your mom's awesome. Ed calls my mom mean names just out of love and care because it's fun and it's what we do. So every once in a while, I have to throw a mom joke back at him.
My mom, I don't think she's ever watched one of my streams. The only stream my mom has that will enjoy, that she will actually pay attention to is, they did have a good time in the Mod Guppy. We were traveling and they were like, this isn't fish at all. And they were just laughing at how stupid we were. And, but she likes Father Fish. I used to drive her around. Well, I still drive her around all the time. I would drive her around on Saturdays and I would turn Father Fish on in the car and she'd have to listen to Father Fish's show. And I thought she thought it was kind of funny.
So I actually thought about asking my mother to come on one of the live streams just because of her psychology degree and talk about kind of some of the stuff we talked about, the psychology of fish keeping. but she's not available this time of night to do that type of stuff.
His mom is super sweet, super supportive. Not that my mom isn't supportive. It's just, not her cup of tea. She's never been a fish fan. Now, my dad, he keeps saying, now, if I watch the same video 18 times, will you make money that way? and he asks me like once a week, but he hasn't watched one yet.
Rico Stan says, fun fact. By the way, for anybody that doesn't know, Rico Stan's coming up next after the Chattanooga Ed Aquatic Crafting Show here. But it says, fun fact, Chattanooga means man with bent flute in Cherokee. That's really interesting when you factor in what comes up on Google if you search Chattanooga Ed.
Yeah.
We'll get you there. That's one of my goals, buddy. I know you don't have quite the same goals as I do, but one of my goals for your channel is when people search Chattanooga Ed, they don't get sent to that clinic for male problems.
Well, but you know what? Maybe it'll be a sponsorship someday.
Scuba Steve, that's awesome. Scuba Steve O's Aquatic says, y'all should guest star y'all's parents. That would be sweet. Your dad was on one helping pull the tank out of the box not long ago.
He was.
Says, I'm slowly getting my mom into the fish. That's awesome. Congratulations on getting her into the hobby as well. RB Animals Rescue says, I asked Ed a question. Let me see if I can find that. I'm slacking here.
My dad is really looking forward to going to the ALA. He thinks the talks sound cool. He doesn't care about the dinner, so I don't think we're going to buy the dinner. But he wants to go see an outdoor fish store. He just was like, boy, it's going to be really neat seeing this stuff and listening to this stuff. And it's like, wow.
Delilah Critter says, I'm staying true to a fish art of water. I like that. I can't seem to tag Fish from Fever correctly, but I'll keep trying. You got me. You did tag me correctly in that one, and I was going to say something, but Ed was explaining a thing, and I totally lost it because I didn't pause the chat. My apologies, Delilah. Sorry. But you did correctly tag me in that one.
Delilah's so cool. She was a really neat person to meet.
Absolutely.
I think I was one of the first people she met at the Aqua Shell. I'm not for sure, but where I sat to sign these autograph poster things, I got to be like the first people that people met. And it was kind of fun getting to talk to people before everybody else.
Definitely. But I do have to say, Tim Kendrick, as far as I know, as far as I remember, is the one and only person that got a photo with me at Aquashella.
Well, I got a photo with Delilah's husband.
Yeah, I didn't get photos with a lot of people. I
wish I would have. After I put it up there, Lisa has pictures with everyone. It's like, Lisa's so smart and she's so photogenic and she's so cute and nice.
I did that at Aquashella Orlando, but I had the stupid eye problem going on, and so I felt bad coming back to everybody 3 months later going, hey, can we take another photo again? I know I just took one with you in Orlando. So that kind of got me out of photo taking mode. I took one with Brett Raymer just because that's probably an opportunity I won't get in the near future. And I enjoy the show. But I really wanted to do more because all the pictures I did get from Orlando, my eye is so jacked up. I was like, nope, I'm not posting these. But I have them. Cruncho Half Moon says, have you ever used potting or topsoil for planting tank? Is there any method used or done to make soil safe? Ed, you've actually done that live on camera. You want to go over that a little bit?
Yeah, we if you go back about 4 episodes ago, I did how I do my caps, because I do caps all over my fish room. I absolutely love it. And first thing you got to do is start off with pool sand. Pool sand went up in price. I almost called you Josh.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, James.
If that gets me more subscribers, I'll change my name to Josh.
Well, it's the beard throwing me off. No. Pool sand is now $15 a bag. It more than doubled on me. But I start off, you got to get organic soil. And my buddy Sean Peck was just asking, what's the best organic soil. And I said brown or purple cow is the best if you got it. I don't have it here. I've tried 3 different types and they've all worked. So I was terrified to use Miracle Grow organic because Miracle Grow uses so many artificial chemicals and stuff, but the organic said they didn't. So I did it. And, it's worked fine now for over a year. I have 3 different types. I don't know what the names are. The other ones are local stuff, but you want organic is the key to the game. But Absolutely. Then I also add stuff that is organic that will help your plants because, why most of the dirts are not organic is because plants grow better with extra minerals and stuff in the water or in the soil for them to pull out. So you can add that stuff without adding the chemicals. So I add the best thing for fertilizer is I'm sorry, I'm working at the same time.
Good, buddy.
Worm castings, worm poop, basically. It's called castings, but it is the number one thing I think I always make sure I put a cup of it in. It's expensive. It's probably hard to collect poop from earthworms, but that's the number one thing I use.
I just feed them really well, and then I tape a miniature paper bag to their backside.
Oh, there you go. Which side's that?
Well, that's the problem. I can't give away the trade secrets.
Gotcha.
Liquid Zoo. Where'd it go? I don't know. All right, Gray Dragon. There's Gray Dragon. Gray Dragon 12345 says, I just Googled Chattanooga Ed, and the first thing was this channel. That's awesome.
Oh.
That's progress. We like that.
Okay, so let's see. I can still kind of see some of the layers, so I'm gonna pound that out. But the top is just, I wanted it not super smooth, so it's just like kind of bumpy. So I'm gonna do that here, and then I'm gonna put a few little like not growths, but like mineral deposits on here. But yeah, I'm pretty happy how this is looking.
Going on, Brian? Good to see you in here. RB Animals, yeah, please repost it. I'm not seeing it. So here's one of the problems with me doing this backstage thing is I get to just kind of hang out in my chair all laid back and watch Ed, and I get lost in watching Ed do his thing because I'm not having to stare into the camera lens. And so I kind of sometimes miss some things going on. I apologize for that. I may be having an off night. But it's just so darn fun getting to watch Ed do his crafting. Usually I don't really get to watch it so much as, stare at the camera and look at the chat and then kind of see the end result because I have him covered up with the chat.
Okay, so now, once you see, I'm just going to find a spot and I'm just going to put like a bulge here and it's going to be like it's just going to be like little bumps and stuff on the minerals. But I do like that layer to look. So let's do another one right here.
Liquid Zoo says, Ed, I just bought 50 pounds from Menards. Blah, blah. It cost like $9 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice. I wish I had a Menards here. You can ask James. If I drive by a Menards, I'm going to it.
Absolutely.
I love Menards.
I need to get to actually look through one. Like we did a very quick run through when we stopped at that one, and that was my first trip into one. But I want to actually look around in one. Let's see. You've got Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics, the Bob panel with a $20 super chat. Says Punchy Paints. Ask what Ed's making.
I'm making what's it called when a stalactite and a stalagmite meet and turn into a column? I think it's a cave column. It's going to be for my cave fish. I'm going to be getting for a fish tank. And it's an aquascape that I'm not going to have to ever work with. I'm not going to leave lights on regularly, so I don't think algae will be a problem.
Right.
I'm just going to, when people come over or it's on camera, I'll turn on a purple light or a blue light just to give it a cool, eerie, cavey look. But I have something else, like I'm adding kind of like these different bumps and stuff to make it look like a stalactite. Can you bring up stalactites and stalagmites?
Yeah, give me just a second here. There it is. Crypto Halfmoon says, Fisher Fever and Ed, thanks for the advice. I've heard you need to demineralize top or garden soil. Do you know what that entails?
I don't.
I don't either. I've always used it straight from the bag as long as it was organic.
Yeah, as long as it's organic, I use it. And then I'll actually add minerals. Like I'll add lime to it. Or what else? I've added diatomaceous earth is like a fertilizer because diatomaceous earth causes the roots to be able to pull the minerals out of the dirt easier, and it's just a good fertilizer that doesn't hurt any fish. So, yeah. Oh, I've also added iron for plants. And there's different ways you can add iron. You can get the pellets as long as you know that it's not any chemicals are added. And also, you can also do it with red clay.
There you go, buddy. There's a cave photo for you.
Now, can you get one of like a pillar that goes from all the way top to bottom?
Oh, you're needy. How about this one here? This one here, Scott, looks like one.
Yeah, sometimes there's like these mega giant ones. I've been in a lot of caves. I love going in caves, which is kind of weird because I'm also terrified of getting stuck in a cave. But like Carlsbad Cavern, Mammoth Caverns.
Have you been to the Lost Sea here in Tennessee?
I've not.
It's pretty cool. If you've never been, I would suggest going at least once. So there's a photo, and actually shows you in this one what the difference is in flowstones, columns, drapers, and so on.
Columns. And so forth. That's what I'm doing.
All right. Let me find the proper screen here. 74 thumbs ups on this. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting my buddy Chattanooga Ed here. Let me.
So what we're trying to do is we're going to make it look like this was the bottom part. Because what it is, it's a drip in the top of the cave that's pulling minerals down. And the minerals are coming out of this drip so slow they stick to the cave and to the ceiling or where it hits. And all the minerals just slowly build up to make these columns and pillars. So this thing, let's see how tall this is.
You've got RB Animals Rescue says, what glue is tank safe for these projects?
You got a couple of different glues. You can use silicone, of course, but the best thing I think is the super glue gel.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you got some right close?
I don't. I took my emergency supply out of the desk and packed it in my bag for Aquashella.
Well, I've got it. It's just, you guys, gosh, I'd like to show it though, just so you know what to look for when you go to the Dollar General or the Dollar Tree. It's the Dollar Tree right now. James told me last year that his Dollar Tree sometimes has the 3 packs of glues.
Yep, it's got that bonus one in it.
I bought 10 with the bonus.
Love it.
Of course, the one I grab only has 2. But, it's that super glue. You want the gel, totally safe for the fish tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this high because I can see it's already starting to bow out a little. And this is 12 inches. I still have another 5 for the top. And let's see, does that make sense? Yeah, 17. And what I'm going to do is I'll super glue that part to it.
So Fishaholic says, James, question for the fish fam. Anyone buys fish food in bulk online? If yes, can they share a link? Not Extreme, some other flake foods or pellet. Tired of buying those small, pricey containers. Thanks.
Great question. I buy bulk online.
You do. That's why I figured you would share your secret source there.
Well, I hate to say it. Well, okay, if I can find it at a fish store, I'm going to buy it at the fish store. Boy, I don't like these rubber things. Or these. Let's see if I can get this off without. Like Kenny over at Aquatic Marine was selling 1 pound buckets of my fish flake that I like. So I was using it. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut those bumps off it because I want this facing the back.
I was going to ask about the filtration area and the output.
Yeah.
I kind of figured you'd taken that into consideration.
Yeah. And I'll actually put it on a rock inside here. So it's going to be off the bottom. But it'll probably be about this high inside here. But it's these stupid things or these little wings. I have to cut those off. I'll use a Dremel and just snip them. But so you can't see it. I think it's going to be an awesome filter because it's going to hide behind.
Absolutely. I do want to say we've got Rico Stan's live stream coming up in about 10 minutes. So there's your 10-minute warning.
I also have a shark. Darn it. I should have checked to see how big the shark was.
Absolutely. So Aquatic Aesthetics is pointing out something very important. It says anything more than a 30-day supply open is a bad idea. So Ed, do you want to share how you keep it fresh when you buy in bulk? Because you buy a lot of bulk flake.
I prefer to buy 10 pounds, and I own a freezer for my fish room. So I went out, I bought, I think it's a 6-foot cube refrigerator. Maybe it's 9 foot. I don't know. It's not very big. And I keep all my frozen foods in there. And like I way overbought before the whole, shutdown thing last year. So I still have a lot of stuff that I bought from Aquatic Aesthetics in there. And then I also started going to the live brine shrimp. So, but I keep my live brine shrimp eggs in my freezer too. So I keep that in there. I keep my frozen foods in there, but I also keep my flake in there. And like I'll buy a 10-pound thing of Omega-1. And it comes like in a big bag or a 5-gallon bucket. And I'll put it in about, I can't believe, normally I'm never this cleaned up. Oh, here it is. 10 pounds will fill up about 20 of these. And I drop these all in there and I freeze them. So it, when I'm down to just a little bit, I take it out, set it on the counter overnight. It's all dried out or, not frozen anymore. And it's good to go. So that's how I do it. But I mean, a lot of people don't need 10 pounds. I just have 60 plus tanks. And I like to mix it now with 2 different things. So I want to get the new Life Spectrum flake and mix that with my Omega-1. But I've been doing tetracolored flakes. I figure that's all LRB feeds.
He feeds the granules. He's not huge on the flakes.
Right. But I mean, it's the tetracolor.
Yeah. How's your cheese ball consumption, Ed? And your animal cracker consumption?
I got 2 cheese ball containers in the other room, but I haven't been able to eat animal crackers in months. I have like 3.5 things still to go, and I just can't do it.
You should have put them in little Ziploc baggies and put your sticker on there and just given them away at Aquashella.
I wish I would have. That would have been awesome. I think they might be all stale now. I should just dump them, see if the deer will eat them or something, or the turkeys. Don't drink my water. Don't drink my... You're drinking my water. Do you see this?
I gotta love it.
You know, you got a lot of fish tanks to pick from, and you pick my water. Oh, well.
I've yet to figure out how to keep the cats out of the fish tanks. It drives me nuts.
My cats are afraid of the ones with fish, but right now I currently have 4 tanks in here with no fish, and baby cat's been drinking out of the ones with no fish.
It's like they have fresh water, but they prefer the fish-flavored water.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them.
My concern is when they try and drink out of the piranha tank.
Oh, my gosh. That would be terrifying.
Yeah, I had to seal that up because I have one kitten that decided it wanted to try and drink out of the piranha tank. I'm like, that's not going to end well for you, my guy. They are surface hitters.
That would be so sad. I hate to see things like that. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll like take the rack out of my oven and bake this thing. But I'm not going to bake it till next week because, like I say, Ethan over at Fish Mania has a rock that I'm going to incorporate into this thing. That's kind of neat. And it's a rock that he hates.
I think Zen Ginger just won this. She said Ed's show should just be called That's Awesome.
Well, thanks. This one is it's going to take a week or two for you guys to really see this. But I hope you're getting the idea of how this is going to look cool in the tank. And then I am going to paint it with the concrete paint. So it'll have that kind of texture to it also.
Sorry, Fishaholic, I didn't have a better answer for you, but a lot of people in the chat had some good answers in terms of where to find stuff. I honestly, I get the expensive stuff. I buy the extreme, not just because I like it, but also because I convinced my local fish store to carry it. And by convinced, I mean, hey, I mentioned it. And they're like, yeah, we've been thinking about it. We'll go ahead and do that. So I like to support them and purchase from them, like Ed had talked about.
I like Extreme a lot. I like it for the shrimp. That's just done amazing. Let's see if I can it needs anything in the front. I think maybe right here. But I've talked to the guys at the booth, and I've talked to John from KG, and they just don't make anything bigger than the one big thing, the 12-ounce plastic thing, and they think that's huge. And it's like, that's not very big for me.
Well, I think also, cost does play a factor. It's not a cheap food, but it's also a quality food. So yeah. I think you also have to look at how much would it cost for a 1-gallon bucket or a 5-gallon bucket, and how many people would be willing to put out that much money at one time, even though you're still putting it out over time buying smaller things, and you would be spending less buying the bulk. But still, most people would look at the price on a pound of it and go, yeah, I'm not paying that.
Yep. That could be.
Just from a business perspective.
Yep. And Rob checked it out. I was trying to get the stuff through my local fish store, but he just doesn't have any suppliers that want to sell it in giant bulk. It's probably just not a big enough profit margin when you sell it in bulk. Because, I'm getting 10 pounds for $160 of omega-1. And like a 8-ounce container, they sell for like $17 probably on average at a fish store. So you can see why they don't probably like to sell it in bulk. But a place like that, they probably figure anything they sell is good,
Absolutely. So we've got
to sponsor me. Oh, you know what? Before we go, I want to do a big shout out to Corey from Aquarium Co-op. Well, he sent me some hats. He didn't send me this one, but this is the hat you'll normally see me wearing all the time. And just 2 weeks ago, I don't know if I was even talking to James about it or not, but I know I was thinking about it. This hat is getting pretty old.
Yeah.
And Corey sent me a brand new one.
Awesome.
Which is super cool. And then he sent me a black one. And he sent me a Murphy one. I think he sent me 3.
Nice. I love my Murphy one.
I think he sent me 4. But I accidentally grabbed the bass or my John Deere hat that I wear sometimes. But I don't know what I did with the 4th one. But nevertheless, it's really cool. And really big shout out to Corey. These are really cool. And this one, it's got the stretch back. So I really like these because I have a huge head. Yeah. So they fit good. And I really like this one because I just like the different color. Well, I mean, that's my old one. But you can see how much well, you can't really see too much. But in person, you can see that this one's all dirty and this one's clean. But yeah, I wanted to thank Corey a lot for that. That was really nice of him to send those to me. And
absolutely. Huge shout out to the co-op. They sent me some goodies the other day. No hats, but I got some nice fish stuff. So always very much appreciated. 503 just got her Coop shirt. Congrats.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Yeah, and I apologize. I wanted to thank Corey earlier. Maybe if he wasn't here, so probably didn't think about it. But super nice guy.
Absolutely.
And I don't deserve it, but I appreciate it. So.
Oh, I think you do, Ed. I think you do. All right. Well, that being said, Rico Stan going live. Rico Stan and the man. Wonder who the man is, Chattanooga Ed?
I don't know. It's actually, you're probably the man, and I'm just the guy.
Nah, I don't know about that. All right.
But yeah, guys, let's head on over to Rico and hang out with him and have a good time. He's a super cool guy. Everybody knows Rico. We'll see you there. Thank you, mods. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. I don't have the thing up so I can scroll through to see who my mods are tonight. I see Bob Kaler's there, and he's one of my awesome mods. And
absolutely.
Was Zen here?
Yep. Zen was here. Okay. Several other moderators. Huge thanks to them, as always, for the work they do in helping to contain the chat and keep things rolling smoothly.
For sure. And, I don't know what it says about Rocco there, but I see something about Rocco. Rocco's a really cool guy, and I wanted to comment about his pizza choices. But I'll do that on his stream sometime. And, guys, thank you for coming. You know, it makes it fun when everybody comes and hangs out and has a good time. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Let's go check out Rico Stan and the Man live now.